Hey, y'all, this is Laurieann Gibson, and I'm spending some time with my boy, David Gillane.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into On Air with your one and only rock star on the mic. It's David Duane in the place to be, and right here, right now, we have one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. You know me, you know that, first of all, that I come from a dance background, and this woman has been amazing in choreography, creative direction, and she is joined with us no other than Miss Laurieann Gibson. How are you?
Hey, I'm fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I mean, first, you know that we go back to MySpace, making a band, Dirty Money days, so it's a pleasure to finally, have this conversation with you because, I've been a fan for a while.
And thank you for your loyalty and our friendship. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So this new show that you have, Beyond the Spotlight, let me tell you, I absolutely, absolutely love it. And I love it for the fact that this is one of the best projects that you've done that has really, captured you and your true essence in all the regards when it comes to entertainment that you have to bring as far as the creative and the choreography is concerned, and even telling your story, about you even being in the spotlight as well. How do you feel about, the response to the show so far?
I'm so grateful. Glory to God, ultimately. And without His grace and His mercy, I wouldn't even be talking to you. But the reality of the fight when you're a dreamer, and everyone has a dream, when you have to really understand that, things don't always happen overnight, and it's okay. That's why I wanted to do Beyond the Spotlight, because I felt like everyone only valued, the last artist I worked with, or I was Nikki's creative director, or this person, or Gaga, and there was still a lot of passion in me to connect with the world and the future superstars, I wanted them to know that my ability and my talent wasn't just about after I make a superstar. It was about being able to inspire the world and artists right where they are.
Exactly. And I feel like with Boom Camp Worldwide, you've been able to do that and definitely inspire, like you said, your focus has definitely been being able to help create the beginning stages with a new artist, such as Justine Skye, who you're doing amazing with, being able to work with somebody of her, caliber that's so phenomenal in her own regards. How does that feel, being able to bring out, another side in the creative world?
I mean, it's all really exciting and all of what I really do. When I first met Gaga, she wasn't obviously the Gaga that the world met, but that's just it. That's my process. That's part of the journey. The people that I have collaborated with, they are superstars. They are born to be great, but everybody needs a coach. And I think that I wanted to be able to share that conversation. And people think it's just about Instagram and Insta fame and Insta this. And I wanted a show that would inspire the process again.
Exactly. And even with the process, it's a lot of pressure. And, there's short deadlines. There's times when you have to change the choreography and stuff like that. Being able to master that, how hard was that, in the beginning, being able to, master those, quick changes?
That's the hardest part, is that if you don't do the work and really understand yourself and as a visionary and how to deal with last-minute budget changes, last-minute creative changes, not having a studio, not having the things that you think you need, that's where you really see if someone is really talented and capable, is when you take away all the bells and whistles. Can they figure out that piece of choreography without having a mirror, without having the music? Can you still get the job done?
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people have to even ask themselves, because it's beyond, the spotlight, literally, what you said, it's that hard work, it's the hard hours that you put into it, blood, sweat, and tears. But what are you going to do to get to that spot?
Right. Exactly, darling. What? Exactly.
So let me even ask you, since the last time we had spoken to each other, you worked with Fantasia. She's a phenomenal artist. You also worked with Mary, being able to bring out, a great stage direction with them, because those are real singers. and you know,
right.
like I know. How is that being able to, transition to that into artists like them versus an artist that necessarily is, there's a need for choreography like, like a Day 26 or a Dana DeCane or a Justine?
I think, it's for me, I love it all, and the thing with like Fantasia and Mary, they are powerful. They have it's like voices that are, unbelievable. But again, it is, part of the experience to be able to understand how you move on stage, how you tell that story, how your body, how the physical, aspect of what you're singing operates, I always tell everybody, Whitney Houston always had the ability to open her arms on the right note at the right time, the right moment that made you really feel the bigness of that song. And that's the thing. It might be the subtleties, but sometimes the subtleties are more important than like 108 counts.
No, that's true. And that's definitely true. And they got to have those 8 counts all the way sharp.
Got it. Yeah.
Have to. And let me also ask you, because a lot of fans have been wanting me to ask you, when you think back to the time of when you were on, like Making the Band and Star Maker, being able to work with Diddy in those television platforms, how was that experience for you, being able to help create those groups and being able to, bring the best out of them and see them still continue?
I love groups. Because it's so challenging. There's 5 individuals, and yet you have to make them look like one. There's 5 people who've come from 5 different walks of life with 5 different struggles and battles and stories, and you have to make them look like they've been together their entire life. Being the glue, being the creative component that keeps each individual gift on track so that collectively the group can, really have the superpower that it needs to have and that it's destined to have. It's hard, but it's like one of the best things I like is working with groups. It's the most challenging, and I think back in Star Maker, Making the Band, early days of Puff, I think all of that real hard work, that unique experience I had to be great with very little, actually really helped produce who I am now.
Right, yeah. And I feel like it definitely brought, like, the best out of you, because even though then, you are a fighter, but now it's like, Laura, like, your energy is just, like, undeniable. The way that you walk into a room and, like, the respect is there for the person that you are and the rest
Praise
of
God, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. It's been a journey, but I agree with you. I'm there with you, and I'm so thankful. But you're right. There's a place where you say, I worked hard, and I've earned it. And you're right. There's no artist. There's no stage. There's no record label. There's no person that will intimidate the humility and the understanding I have about being able to be number one.
Exactly. And you know what always, stays with me when it comes to your story, and I look at your social media and just like the progress of like how you've been doing, I always remember the fact that you came from Toronto on that Greyhound to New York. Like, your story from the beginning always sticks with me because, you were determined to make it. And a lot of people have to have that same determination and drive, get into this business, because this is not an easy business. There are hours where there's no time to sleep, and there's time where you have to push yourself to that highest limit. And when you think back to then, like, did you ever think that you would make it like this far, like in the industry?
You are the best. I love you so much. I'm so excited for your journey too, because you're killing it. And I just want to make sure I say that. I didn't think about far. I thought about feeling. I thought about this place inside of me where I would feel fulfilled, because I now understand that it's the gift God gave me. But younger, I didn't know why I had this big appetite. Right. I just knew that I wanted to be someone, but I didn't know how. I just knew that I needed this place, this feeling, this you know, this fulfillment. And it was to dance and to sing and create and collaborate and do everything that I am doing. But I didn't say, oh, you know, I want to get to this place, and when I get to this place, I'll be done, and when I get to that place, no. I just knew I wanted to be the best dancer I could possibly be, and that transitioned into understanding myself as a choreographer and a creative director. And now I know that I'm moving art, that I am all those things, as well as a director and a producer, and that I have the ability to make incredible art that changes the world and speaks to people in a very unique way.
Exactly, yeah. And because you've been able to take all your efforts and channel it to like new avenues too, especially with working with Valley and being able to help her on the management side and creative director. Like, you guys are killing it with her project.
Yeah, exactly. And now I don't run the risk of being moved out by men or a system that doesn't understand my greatness or my ability. Now, as a manager, I have the ability to see this artist even to levels that I couldn't, take a Gaga, because I didn't have that control.
Right.
And I never wanted her to make the wrong moves, Now I have the ability to be sitting at the table, part of the decision making once I see the creative to that big level,
Absolutely. And that's such an amazing accomplishment, for you. It definitely is. And you've actually been able to channel in another creative sense of doing music. Are you still going to come out with some more music too?
I love my music because it's the most simplest part of me. It's the youngest part. It speaks to the little girl in me, the dreamer. So it's definitely a personal artistic journey. But I also put Warriors out with Akon because there's a huge appetite I have to communicate the message of, like you say, my life and my persistence. And so through my music, I want to continue to be able to build that platform where I can say it my way and dance the 8 count of my life.
Right.
So I think there's going to be one moment. I feel like I have one ordained, or God is going to give me one moment, one desire, and I'm looking forward to that. But I want it to present itself,
Right.
What I'm doing now and what I love is pulling greatness out of artists and doing exactly what I'm doing. That's by calling that's what I love. So it's not like I would ever stop doing that,
Exactly. No, and I love the fact that you've been able to do that, and you have no desire to stop because you have that can't stop, won't stop energy, and you're just giving so many results. So I'm so happy for you in this amazing journey.
Thank you so much. You're going to make me cry. But thank you so much. I'm actually in rehearsal with Evie, the winner of the 4, as I speak to you. So, yeah, we're getting ready to drop a really great record. And obviously, we have a second season of the 4 coming too. So it's good. It's exciting. She's really talented, and I'm excited about all the great things.
That's so amazing. Well, Laurieann, I've got to say thank you so much for, chatting with me. I know this has been something in the making that we've been trying to do, but, I appreciate it, for you being the person that you are, being inspirational for all the dreamers in entertainment, who want to dance, who want to sing, who want to be creative, because you're one force that has to be reckoned with, and you're just one that everybody should take as that perfect example when it comes to stepping into the business, knowing the creative direction, knowing how to, step on the stage. They have to model what you do because you've worked with those great people.
You're amazing. Well, I thank God. I'm excited for everything that you have and continue, and I am here.
Thank you.
Obviously, as collaborators and artists, we will do this together. But I am so grateful for you speaking my truth as the incredible journalist you are, because without your gift, my words and my legacy could not be heard or shared. So hats off and kudos, and you're my warrior, so thank you so much. I don't take it lightly.
Absolutely.
I love you.
So before I have you go real quick, can you tell people where they can follow you on social media?
Certainly. You can follow me on Instagram at Boomkack, BOOMKACK, and on my Twitter, I am Laurieann G. My Insta is where I do a lot of my sharing.
Yeah, that's the best place to follow Laurieann.
Okay. Yes, exactly. I love you. Speak to you soon.
I love you too. All right.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Hey, y'all. This is Laurieann Gibson, and I'm spending some time with my boy, David Gillane.